as we start off this video, I would like to ask one question before we go through. How many of you seriously believe that the price action can burst through and break through these ranges of resistance? Bitcoin breaking through this range means something. Bitcoin reaching 45, 46, $50,000 does mean something. Yes, on a short term, you're watching a bull flag, which is pointing you to the upside. But as you slowly zoom out, you start to recognize the fact that we also have a macro bull flag, which is showing you that the signal has always been there. The price goes up, it consolidates, then it bursts to the upside. If that's to happen, you are about to watch crypto market taking off seriously. We're now about $1.7 trillion. That is not a small thing. We are watching a lot of altcoins popping. How many of you remember our calls on NIA? Our calls on Rose? We are watching market doing exceptionally well. We are watching a lot of different segments of assets taking off. But if you are in XRP, get ready. Our time is nearing. And it's not just XRP showing you that. To validate that, you go in through the payment assets and all of them shows you something similar. This is actually pretty clear. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. See, some of these opportunity calls were there, right? And it's not like too old. It was just 4 days back when I was saying, guys, watch this. This is a macro move and this looks good. That was the thought process, opportunity, right? And if you go look at that asset now, you're like, whoa, that did pop, right? The price action did move up. So that shows you what the market is trying to do. It's up 40% from that call. It actually went up 50%. Then with the micro correction, you're up 40%. So it's not just one asset we're talking about. We're talking about multiple assets going through. And as we are moving through, we're watching some of these are already at the target. Say this is Polkadot. I was saying, okay, guys, watch. This is 75% opportunity that it's going to run higher. And if you're in the market right now, you're watching DOT at 8.47. That's really close to the target we are mentioning here. Now, that's a micro target. So you look at Rose, we've been talking about this. Where the hell are we now? We already moved up. We are already here at the target one. So the market is showing you multiple opportunities. When TRB was slowing down and coming back down, this was at $100 where I was showing you a bull flag. We followed it up for sure. Now, where is it? The price of TRB went up. Now, it's not just TRB doing this. This is the entire crypto market showing you money is moving from one asset to another. So TRB is here, 163. So we did the call here back when the price was $100. So it's already up 60%. So you know what I'm leading all this towards. Money is being made in one segment and it's about to come in to XRP, XLM, HBAR, and the signal is already there. Look at XLM. It is clearly showing you went up. This was your corrective pattern and then you took off. Now you have the exact same thing in the price action. Now, if you look at HBAR and it's like, I'm breaking through this. Whoa, that's great. Now, if you remember, some of these assets which went up recently like this is Solana, had similar pattern. What was the pattern? You came down, you consolidated there, prepared your triangle and broke that to the upside. But you did not do one candle to the upside like this. It didn't happen like that. You need patience, you need discipline, high level of patience. It was 2 months or 60 days of patience where if you had that level of patience, now you're already up 200%. That's not a small thing. Your measured move is already done. So if you're looking at that in Hydra and Hydra is showing you similar pattern, that means payment assets are about to take off. Yes, it is true that the smart contracts is taking off. We followed it from the bottom, from here, right? Now we are here. That's a 3x from that moment. So it's 200% in profit. Now, if you zoom out on all of these assets, which are already going up, look at what you see. It's interesting. Look at the RSI. The strength is here. Last time when the strength was there, the price was close to the all-time highs. We have massive amount of strength in the market compared to the sellers. So the buyers are pushing the sellers to a corner. Now, if you think this is all about to end now, go on a monthly chart. Look at this. Do you think we are topping off? I personally don't think so. I think we are just beginning. This is just the starting point in the smart contracts. Now, if you have the same doubt for Hydra, come here, look at the same thing on a weekly, same thing on a monthly. What the hell do you see? Weekly, yes, we are entering this area where fireworks begin. Last time you entered here in this range, price action started moving. Yeah, we're doing the exact same. We went way, way, way upside. But when we did that peak, where was the RSI on a monthly? This is easy, guys. Don't try to confuse yourself. Don't try to make it too complex. Break it down into simple things which work and follow it throughout these assets. You have a long way to the upside. Yes, for sure, as you zoom in on a daily, on a 12-hour, on a 4-hour, you will see a lot of complexities happening. But if you are someone who don't want to know the noise of the market, you just want to participate with patience and discipline, zoom out, take benefit of this life-changing opportunity in front of you. Now, jumping back to XRP. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Now, if you don't, let me know in the comment section like what your argument is, and we'll reanalyze that. For me, I'm looking at this like, okay, you had this trend line, you stayed above that for a long period of time, and then when you broke below, you made this pattern, you went back up. So the same, you stay above that for a long period of time, then when you break that, you made this pattern and went back up. After that, on the upside, you came retest that level and broke that to the downside with a small wick. Now we are at that small wick here. Isn't that interesting? Now, during that time in the market, a lot of other assets were running higher. So the amount of frustration, irritation in the market was super high even back then. Now it's not different. It's the same. We are human beings. That tendencies are not going away. Now, if you zoom in here with the price action, you see, I'm not good with the RSI. Let me look at the price action. If that's you, this is what you're looking at. You actually got a double bottom. We know the story. We went up. Now, we call out the bullish divergence, the hidden bullish divergence, saying we are about to go back up. And we got the bounce. Instead of going down, we bounced back up from that level. Why? We explained that in 3, 4, 5 videos here so that you guys are not making any stupid mistakes, right? We went through that. Now, here it shows you that it's about to continue to the upside. If that's true, this is your pattern. This is what you're looking at. A breakout, a retest, and a bounce. Boom. Great. Perfect. Now, if you zoom out, you can also put the argument here. Like, okay, Danny, what about this? Yeah, that's another perfect pattern too. So you're talking about micro, you're talking about macro. It's just which time horizon are you focusing on. If you're focusing on this one, it's like short to medium term, at least showing you 100% move from the breakout. So that leads to about a dollar mark, $1.35. That's a great range to look for. It's a perfect thing because at that point, you will see the market putting you in a place saying, okay, we are hyper bullish. Now that's what exactly happened back in these days. We had all these patterns, we had all these volatility, we did something like that. Now, if you zoom out, you have a couple of things which the history kind of reiterates. You have these trend lines, which are like, the historical stuff. You break them to the upside. Then you come back down to retest it and then you bounce off. The bounce off is not that small. It's a decent run to the upside. So you have it here. You went up, you broke that, you came back down, you're retesting that. Great. Now, a blow off. That's what we want to see. Obviously, you're looking for the upside. like this, close to 1.8 towards $2. That's going to be your first big leg to the upside. So the RSI here, as we just discussed in all these assets, look at where we are. We have a long way to the upside. It was almost the same way last time. Was not easy to understand, was complex for XRP. Unlike other assets, the level of manipulation, the level of financial institutions and whales playing around with the retail, it's super high in this asset. Because if you go on XLM, you get to see much clearer picture. You get to see that the trend is way easier to spot as it begins. So as soon as you break higher, that's it. You retest, you bounce, boom. Now that is one of the primary reason why people are getting frustrated about XRP. But the market is giving you clear signals with different segments moving up. Now, if you're here thinking about like, I want to take benefit of all of these opportunity, whether that's a 50% run up, whether that's a 100% run up, whether that's a trade, right? We've been going through this. This was a trade which we had before, and today we actually went through that profit taking, and we see this, right? We share it. So whenever I open a trade, I inform you guys. Whenever I close a trade, I inform you guys, because I seriously believe in next 3 to 5 months, it's done, max. When money rotates through, it's your time to understand what's happening in the market. Because during this phase, keep an eye on the macro. Dollar is still going down. The daily is like this. That's not a small thing. Dollar continuing its downward trend usually signals a huge move in the market. And remember, Bitcoin is still trying to push higher. And if you zoom a little bit out on a daily, you still see this. They're still pushing to the upside at a time when the Bitcoin dominance is going down. What the hell does that mean? Money is more and more moving into the altcoins. That's a great signal. If you are an altcoin investor, that for you is a huge signal saying, whoa, I'm interested in altcoins right now. So when you understand that the market is doing great, and you understand that the fundamental, the news, the narrative, everything is entering to that range where XRP should go high, where XRP should do something magical, it's great. But it's not just XRP, it's about the entire crypto market. Because the fiat as a policy has been playing out for so long, and it will be there for some time too, for sure. But 90% of people will be made poor so that the governments can reduce their debt burden. But that's the cost which the governments are about to pay, 90% of the people. But you, me, and others fall in that 10%. Now, the game here is, okay, we are in the 10%. Can we be on the 5%? Can we become the top 1%? That's not an easy task. That's one of the primary reasons why we go through this. Rotating through asset to asset, making your capital bigger. We're already 5x up on our trading bag. And with the next pop, we're going to soon reach 15x in that trading bag. Now, why do I say that? I'm still super confident, and I still strongly believe in the fact that this is not a small thing. I don't know how many of you still believe the fact that, this is just a retracement, we are about to go back down, blah, blah, blah. But I believe this is the super big move where one of the biggest wealth creation phases happening. If you're participating in this, you now know what we are talking about. You now know how things are going to turn out. So if the altcoin market is about to reach 8 to 10 trillion, Bitcoin is also there. That means the crypto market is like 15 to 20 trillion dollars. That's a big move. Either dollar is being cut in half, the value is dropping, or 90% is being killed on the financial side. And you're just getting a small part of it. Where the governments, the whales, the elites, they're making a ton of it. You're just getting the breadcrumbs. But that still is massive for people like us. If they take 100 trillion from all around the globe and we get 20, fair enough. We are still here. And that's not one individual. There are millions of people who are in this asset class. So for me, I'll be rotating, I'll be buying, and as soon as I open a trade, you guys will know that in the group. So if you want to participate in those, look for this link, Patreon. In the YouTube, it's in the comment section. In Twitter, it's on the bio. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button for me. In 3 to 4 months, things will change. You will look at your portfolio in an entirely different manner. If you want to learn, educate yourself, join me. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.